Hi guys, it's Miss Natascha from the Quincy Public Library, and today I'm here at Madison-Davis Bicycle Shop on the corner of 8th and Jefferson, and we're going to talk about some bike safety and how to prepare your bike for spring, because it's the perfect time to go biking. So we're going to start with Brian here. He's going to go over some safety and things that you need to know maybe about buying a bike for your child.
Yep, so I have, the main thing is a helmet. You should always wear a helmet. There's different styles of helmets. There's more protection in certain helmets. They have a lot of new advances in slip liners that are built in, and what Trek calls the wave cell, that will reduce your risk of concussions and things like that if you ever have to use it. And another big point that we really like are headlights and taillights. A lot of times, most of your lights are going to be rechargeable, and they're going to have a pattern, a daytime flash to them. So kind of like your car or motorcycle, they're designed to always be on. And so just like your car, it senses when it's getting a little dark. These also have light sensors to adjust bright and dim to the time of day. But it's never, you can never be too seen when it comes to riding your bike.
That's true.
Right, you have the same rules and laws that you would have in a vehicle. So you must stop at all the stop signs. You must obey the speed limit, things like that. So you can technically be ticketed if you don't follow the rules. Plus, it's always a safe thing to do. Just go along with traffic, be safe, and be predictable. The biggest thing is be predictable. If you're swerving and going in and out, that's a little dangerous. And so those are the main key things that we always promote. And then in high visibility clothing or shoes or things like that, those are always the next step. And being safe.
Yeah, and that's important probably for any time you're riding the bike, even if it's just a casual little bike ride, right? Yes. Yeah.
My boys, my whole family, they don't get on their bikes without putting helmets on. My oldest is 14, and we always thought he'd get to the age where it would be cool to put a helmet on, but we've done it from day one. He actually meets his friends, and he's actually got a couple friends converted over to wearing helmets all the time. Yes. Parents really like that. They come and tell us, they go, your kid has made some of the kids from the basketball team and all this start wearing helmets and being more safe on their bikes. I was like, sweet, makes proud dad moment.
Yes, very important. Yeah. Okay, so you have a nice chart for sizing, right? I'm going to get out of the way so I can just let you take over.
As far as sizing, there's a kind of a average base height size. It technically goes off height because at certain ages, certain kids can grow taller, faster, or slower. So it just definitely goes off height. So we got a little chart here that tells you a 12-inch, a 16-inch, a 20-inch, and a 24-inch. And then once you get to a little over 5 foot, you're in an extra small frame adult bike. And so, and what I have here is a 24-inch bike that is a 7-speed. Handbrakes. It's kind of your mountain bike. It's got front suspension, and so once you get a little older, the kids really like this. Get off-road, ride our new mountain bike trails that we got going on.
Yes.
Things like that. So.
Hi guys, so I'm here with Alex at the Madison-Davis Bike Shop on the corner of 8th and Jefferson, and he's just going to show us just simple how to lube your chain, which is probably a very important thing for riding your bike, and airing up the tires. So I'm going to let Alex take over.
Absolutely. All right, so to start off with airing up your tires, each tire is different, so depending on the bike and the tire that you have, it will have a different PSI range. So most tires will have a range of a certain PSI, and just depending on the style of tire, like this one for example is more of a mountain bike style tire, it's going to have a reading here of 30 to 50 PSI. So ideally you want to have your tire in between 30 PSI and 50 PSI on the pump here. And so to air those up with your traditional floor pump,
I mean, you know, I've never been around.
It's probably really handy to have a pump like that.
oh definitely.
I sit in therapy.
Not like my old school when I was young.
Right.
Good.
or the floor pumps.
Yes.
But just gonna go stick the head on, pull the lever up. The gauge will give you a reading down below. This one is at 40 PSI, so it could get a little more air in it. So basically just pump it until it reaches your desired PSI mark. It's a good thing. Tires usually have a range depending on what kind of riding you're doing. For mountain biking, PSI is really important for when you're riding off-road. Most mountain bikers like a little lower PSI, so it gives you a little more traction and squish on bumps. But if you're going to be riding on the road out with your family, then a harder tire is a little more efficient and makes the bike roll faster and smoother versus a lower tire that's going to spread out a little more, creating a little more rolling resistance. Same for the front. You just unscrew the dust cap off, stick the head of the pump on, pull the lever down. Oh, must not have got that one on all the way.
It doesn't want any more air.
There we go. This one's about at 40 as well. This pump's kind of handy, so you can switch between a high volume and a high pressure. High pressure is more for a skinny, like road bike style tire. That'd be pretty much anything above 60 psi is the max. And then a high volume is more like a bigger tire that will take a higher volume but a lower pressure. Just allows you to pump a little easier, especially when you get into those high PSI tires. If you have just a normal pump, they can get a little hard. You got to put your whole body weight on it.
Get a little workout though.
Oh yeah. Another important thing with bike maintenance is just making sure that your brakes are active. So you just want to give both brakes a good squeeze just to make sure those are engaging properly. Other than that, if you aren't as fortunate as me where I get to keep my bikes inside my work or my home, then usually you'll deal with some rust on your components on your bike. So when lubricating your chain, usually you want to keep lubrication away from the brake components. That's you don't want anything like that on your brakes.
Yes.
So for lubing the chain, usually you just want to pedal the bike backwards, give it a good spin, and spray that lube down. I like to use a nice spray lube because it covers the chain a lot more. You want to put a good amount on there so that way it penetrates all the rollers and the links, it gets everything nice and lubricated. And then when you're done, you can just take a clean paper towel, wipe it off, and that way it doesn't keep that excess lube on it that attracts dirt.
Yes. Well, thank you. And you guys sell, obviously, bikes here, chains. Do you sell chains here, I guess?
Yep.
You guys do repair, and there's even, I noticed, clothing out there. So it's like your one-stop shop for bicycle.
Everything bicycle, and even if you're not confident to do your own repairs, we do repairs on any kind of bike, so you don't have to have a bike directly from us. You can have any style of bike, and we pretty much can work on almost anything other than gas-powered bikes.
All right. Well, thank you, Alex.
No problem.